Imagine you're 25 years old. You've already finished your studies, but you still don't have a job. At home, your elderly mother is constantly worried about you day and night. But just at that moment, you come across a clue about a hidden treasure, one that could make anyone rich for life. To find it, you must travel to the pyramids of Egypt, even to a mysterious temple linked to one of the world's oldest civilizations. And before we begin, let me know where you're watching this video from. Now, let's start the story. At the beginning of the movie, we see a man named Flynn, along with his companions, inside a pyramid. Flynn is praising the structure, saying it was built in such a way that if even one inner wall were slightly moved, the entire pyramid would collapse. But as they step outside, we discover something surprising. This isn't a real pyramid. It's actually a replica built by college students inside a hall. Using ropes, the students had placed a shiny peak at the top, making it look like it was made of pure gold. The professor then explains that they used real pyramid stones to build this model. Hearing this, everyone present applauds. After the other students leave, Flynn approaches the professor and says he wants to manage the translation team. The professor replies that Flynn has been studying at the college for many years, while his peers have already graduated, found jobs, and earning well. He advises Flynn to move forward in life and do something for himself. Flynn responds by saying that there's no age limit for learning, and education never truly ends. Hearing this, the professor tells him that if he continues like this, his mother will struggle to support him. He suggests Flynn should start earning on his own. Disheartened, Flynn leaves. He is actually a very intelligent student, but now that he's around 30 years old, his mother is always worried about him. He has no friends or romantic relationships, spends all his time buried in books, and doesn't work. Later, we see Flynn talking with his mother. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. His mother tells him that she has invited her friend's daughter, Deborah, to meet him and asks him to talk nicely with her. When Deborah enters, Flynn's mother leaves them alone. They start talking. Deborah tells Flynn that she works as a social worker, while Flynn says he's a student. Hearing this, Deborah indirectly questions him, hinting that at his age he shouldn't be dependent on his mother and should be earning on his own. Soon after, Flynn's mother brings tea for them, but Deborah makes an excuse about work and leaves. From this, it's clear she has no interest in Flynn. In the next scene, we see Flynn in his room reading books. Suddenly, his mother quietly leaves an envelope in the room. When Flynn picks it up, he notices something strange. Words start appearing on it by themselves. Within moments, the blank envelope is completely filled with writing. Flynn realizes it's an interview letter. It says he has been selected for an interview at the Metropolitan Public Life Library. Seeing this, Flynn becomes extremely happy. Books mean everything to him, so getting a chance to work in a library feels like the best opportunity he could ever have. But when Flynn arrives at the Metropolitan Public Library, he sees many other people just like him, all of them there for the interview. Seeing so many candidates at once, his confidence starts to drop. When it's finally his turn, he decides to leave instead of facing the interview. But at that very moment, an unfamiliar voice calls his name. Hearing it, he walks into the room and finds a woman waiting to interview him. The woman asks him just one question: "Why should you be selected for this job?" Flynn replies that he loves reading books and can speak multiple languages. He believes he is the right candidate for the position. However, the woman isn't satisfied with his answer and asks the same question again. This time, Flynn gets up from his chair, walks closer to her, and just by observing her face, starts telling her things about herself. From this, we understand that Flynn has the ability to read people and analyze them just by their behavior and expressions. Impressed by this, the woman decides to hire him. After that, a few more people ask Flynn some questions, and once he answers them, he is officially selected for the job. Then, a man named Judson arrives and takes Flynn to an underground library. Every door in that library is guarded, which surprises Flynn. He asks Judson what kind of books require such heavy security. Judson replies that Flynn will understand everything once he sees it with his own eyes. Soon, they reach the library using an elevator. Inside, Flynn is amazed to see many strange and mysterious objects.
At one point, he notices a box and tries to open it, but as soon as he does, something strange inside the box tries to come out. Just then, Judson appears and quickly closes the box. He tells Flynn that it is Pandora's box. Long ago, a girl had opened it, and the evil inside had ruled the world for years, so it's best if Flynn never tries to open it again. As Flynn continues exploring, he comes across a sword called Excalibur, stuck inside a stone. Judson tells him that he can try to pull it out if he wants, but Flynn knows it's impossible for him, so he simply says that his mother would be very happy to know he got a job in a library. The moment he finishes saying this, an invisible force pulls the sword out of the stone and holds it against his neck. Judson then warns him never to tell anyone about this place, and leaves. That evening, Flynn finishes his work and returns home. In the next scene, we see Judson walking through the library when he suddenly finds all the guards unconscious. Before he can understand what's happening, an unseen force knocks him out as well. Then we see a man being handed a staff-like object by two others. The next day, the woman from the library and Flynn find Judson unconscious. After he regains consciousness, they check the security cameras. In the footage, they see members of an organization called the Serpent Brotherhood breaking into the library to steal the Spear of Destiny. The Spear of Destiny is said to grant the power to rule the world to whoever possesses it. However, what the Serpent Brotherhood took was not the complete spear. Long ago, a librarian had broken the Spear of Destiny into 3 pieces and hid them in different locations to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. After learning this, Judson tells Flynn that they must quickly find the remaining 2 pieces of the Spear of Destiny, because if those pieces fall into the wrong hands, the world will face a great danger.
After saying this, Judson gives Flynn a book called The Book of Verses. The book is written in many ancient languages, and it contains information about where the remaining 2 pieces of the Spear of Destiny are hidden. Judson also tells Flynn that the first piece is hidden deep in the Amazon jungle, and the path to reach it is written in that very book. After this, Flynn boards a flight heading toward the Amazon. On the plane, a very beautiful woman is seated next to him. However, after a while, a crew member comes and takes the woman away. During the journey, Flynn spends his time trying to understand the ancient languages written in the book. Eventually, he succeeds in decoding them. But just before the flight lands, members of the Serpent Brotherhood attempt to knock him unconscious. Before they can succeed, the same beautiful woman appears again. She saves Flynn from them and takes him away. The two of them then jump out of the plane together. Since the plane was flying over the Amazon jungle, they use parachutes and land deep within the forest. Once they arrive, the woman introduces herself as Nicole. She tells Flynn that her job is to protect the librarian, and that's why she saved him. Following the directions in the book, the two of them begin their journey through the jungle. Meanwhile, the members of the Serpent Brotherhood also arrive there and start tracking them with the help of a local guide. Nicole and Flynn had been cutting through the jungle using a knife to make a path, and the Brotherhood follows these marks to track them. Later at night, as they rest, Nicole tells Flynn about Edward, the previous librarian. She says Edward was brave and intelligent, and she had fallen in love with him, but that was her biggest mistake. One night, after spending time closely with him, she woke up the next morning and couldn't find him. While searching, she discovered that members of the Serpent Brotherhood had killed Edward and left his body in front of her. While Flynn and Nicole are talking, a group of tribal people suddenly capture them and take them to their leader. Flynn notices that they are speaking Portuguese, so he communicates with them in the same language and earns their trust. Because of this, the tribal leader allows them to stay the night. However, the next morning, the Brotherhood members arrive there and launch an attack. Nicole and Flynn manage to escape and keep running until they reach the edge of a cliff with a river flowing below. Soon, the Brotherhood catches up with them. With no other option, Flynn and Nicole jump off the cliff into the river. The current carries them deeper into the jungle, helping them move forward. After some time, Flynn tells Nicole that they are very close to their destination. As they move further ahead, they discover a massive temple built by the ancient Maya civilization.
And friends, how much do you know about the Maya civilization? Let me know in the comments. Flynn then removes some stone structures from the temple and finds a hidden passage that leads them inside. Once inside, they come across what looks like another deep pit, but in reality, it's not a pit at all. It's an optical illusion created by the ancient Maya people.
So Nicole and Flynn manage to cross the optical illusion and finally find the piece of the Spear of Destiny. But as soon as they come outside, the members of the Serpent Brotherhood surround them at gunpoint and take the piece from them. Then they capture both Flynn and Nicole and take them to their leader. There, they're shocked to discover that the leader is none other than Edward. This reveals that everything Nicole believed about his death was a lie. Edward takes the book from Flynn and tries to locate the third piece of the spear. However, he cannot understand some of the ancient languages written in it. So he threatens to kill Nicole to force Flynn to reveal the location. Under pressure, Flynn tells them that the third piece is hidden in Mount Kailash. After this, all of them set out toward Mount Kailash. Following the path described by Flynn, they eventually reach a temple. Inside the temple, the third piece is hidden within a statue of a deity. But to retrieve it, they must solve a puzzle. Flynn successfully solves the riddle and obtains the final piece of the spear. However, Edward immediately snatches it from him. Just as they are about to kill Flynn and Nicole, an earthquake suddenly strikes. Taking advantage of the chaos, they manage to escape and somehow recover the final piece of the spear. In the next scene, we see Flynn in a hotel in Mongolia. From there, he informs Judson that he now has the final piece of the spear. At that moment, a waiter brings champagne to his room. Flynn says he didn't order it, but then Nicole comes out of the bathroom and says she did. They spend some intimate moments together, but the next morning, Flynn wakes up to find that Nicole and the final piece of the spear are both gone. In truth, that woman was not Nicole. She was actually a member of the Serpent Brotherhood who had disguised herself as Nicole and stolen the final piece of the spear. Realizing this, Flynn returns to his city. He knows that to combine all three pieces of the spear, Edward will need a pyramid. And since all real pyramids in Egypt have lost their capstones, Flynn is certain that Edward will come to the college pyramid. So Flynn and Judson go to the college. There they find that Edward and his men have already arrived and have captured the real Nicole. Soon, as the moon rises, its light causes the pyramid to glow. Edward uses a beam of light from the sky to combine the pieces of the spear. As the pieces unite, they transform into a powerful weapon. Edward uses it to kill one of his own men and absorbs his life force, making himself even stronger. Meanwhile, Judson and Flynn fight against Edward's remaining soldiers, and Nicole also joins them. Then Flynn goes inside the pyramid to stop Edward, but by now Edward has become extremely powerful. So Flynn comes up with a clever plan. He stands near the pyramid wall and provokes Edward to attack him. As Edward strikes repeatedly, Flynn keeps dodging. Because of this, the structure of the pyramid starts to weaken. Eventually, the capstone collapses and falls directly onto Edward, killing him instantly. After this, Flynn and the others take the pieces of the spear back to the library and secure them safely. In the final scene, we see Flynn successfully pulling out the sword Excalibur, proving that he is now worthy. Later, Flynn is seen sitting in a restaurant with his mother, who has brought several girls for him to meet, but Flynn tells her that he loves Nicole. His mother doesn't believe him and thinks he's joking. At that moment, Nicole arrives on a bike, walks up to Flynn, kisses him, and leaves. And with that, the story of the movie comes to an end. So, how did you like today's video? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.